Well, it's my third time live streaming. Bro, like, I hope my voice is clear and everything. I have difficult times talking while live streaming. Anyway, so something weird just happened to me today, so I'm gonna talk about it. So throughout the day, I was just chilling and whatever, minding my own business, and it's about my mom actually. Anyway, so my mom, yeah, I was with my mom, and all of a sudden she asked me a very random question. Like, all of a sudden, she's like, have you ever received soulmate sketches? Have you ever known soulmate sketches? I was like, what? And then I said, yes, yes. you know her the way she talks, like, her accent is perfect, and the tone of her voice is like, oh my god, hilarious. Have you ever received soulmate sketches? Have you ever done soulmate sketches? Like, I don't know how to imitate her, but her voice is deeper than mine, like womanly like voice. Yeah. So it's a funny question. But then I was like, yes, and I actually showed it to her like last year or 2 years ago. I showed it to her, that one soulmate sketch, and she's like, no, 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 you didn't show me anything. You didn't sell me. You didn't send me soulmate sketches. Blah blah blah. Blah. But I remember that you sent me the what past life blah 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 blah. He didn't sell me. And then I was like, no, I remember I showed you, but I didn't send it to you. Then she's like, no, 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 you didn't. So we had this back and forth conversation. Then yeah, she asked me if I have soulmate sketches, and I was like, yes. Then she's like, send it to me, send it to me. And that's not just it, guys. So before I send it to her, next thing, she just jumped to the next topic, and she randomly brought up the guy. All of a sudden, like, she randomly talked about the past guy, like the false twin, like, into the topic, like, so randomly. She jumped from asking me about soulmate sketches to talking about him all of a sudden, and then she mentioned his name, like, out loud, and she made a comment about his appearance, especially his beard specifically. And I looked at her, I was like, what, like, I startled. That was so weird, guys, because I forgot about him. detached, and all of a sudden, like, she brought him up. And then I was thinking, like, how does she even how did she even remember him? How did she remember how he looks like? And his name, bro. How did she remember his name? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's been a while. I haven't spoken to her about him for like a year and a half or like 2 years. And all of a sudden today she brought him up. Like, how? You know? It's so weird. It's like, a weird kind of simulation thing. And I was just thinking, is it her, or is it like the demons or the archons are trying to mess around and implant thoughts into her mind to make her talk about him? And then, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Is it her, or is it like the forces? I don't know. I don't know. It's so weird and funny at the same time. Like, I didn't expect that, you know? Yeah. And when she talks about him, I showed her his picture, years ago. And when she saw his face, like, she didn't like him. I remember back then she described him as shabby looking. Basically, he looks like a mess because of his beard and his long hair at the time. Yeah. And then today she described him like again, but in another word. I don't know what she said, but basically she commented negatively on his beard. So basically she's trying to tell me that he's ugly in a different way. I know this because other people have told me that he looks ugly. So thanks, Mom. God damn it, why did you remind me of him? No. Yeah. Instant dislike. Like, she doesn't know him. Like, she doesn't know about our situation, really. Like, what happens, all the chaos. Like, she doesn't know. But when she looks at his face, it was instant dislike. I could tell she doesn't like him, guys. Yeah. And she's not the only one. So yeah, about my aunt. Oh wow, it's 8 minutes now. Anyway, so yeah, about my aunt. Like, I talked to her about him a bit. That was 2 years ago. Yeah, I think was it 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago. I wanted her opinion about him because the stuff I went through. I was feeling uneasy. I remember. So I asked her for an opinion just by looking at his picture, because she's a powerful psychic. So I thought, why not ask her? I sent her his picture She also didn't like him, guys. My aunt didn't like him. And she made a comment negatively as well. Should I even say what she said? I don't know. But it was negative. Yeah, basically, it's just not good. So, but you know, one thing about family, especially the female side, even if uh, they don't know someone and they make judgments, that means they could sense it, that there's something's off, you know. Like, for example, what happened, like I just explained now, when they judge him, even if they don't know him, you could tell that they already sense something, you know. They don't have to know him, but that shows their senses are too strong, and they're like honest about it, you know. So I thank them for that, you know. Yeah. It was interesting, you know, to know from their own opinions. And it was negative. Well, it's also one of the signs that tells you that the person that you're dealing with or have dealt with is not good for you. that's interesting, you know. Yeah, my mom still didn't like him because of his appearance. Yeah, just so weird today. And it's funny. Oh, and I also took screenshots or videos about, you know, our conversation, me and my mom, that we had, like in texting. She wanted me to send her the sketches, and then I sent it to her, and then I recorded our conversation. It's so funny, guys, like her response. So, yeah. Yeah, but today, seriously, it was so unexpected. It was funny. But, like, seriously, I got so sick and tired of him, though, for real. Like, you know, it's like I'm detached, and then, you know, I think it's just some weird simulation going on, and I just try to ignore it as much as possible, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye.